Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to look at a car that I could have sworn I made a video for and uploaded it, but I didn't for some reason, or I imagined it. I don't know what happened exactly, but I've used this car in my other videos, and I like this car, so I kind of feel weird not having a video for it, because I was like, I like it, and I use it all the time, but, well, not all the time, but frequently, and I have no main video for it, so we're going to make one right now. So here it is. This is the Scarab, and it is a single passenger like steel frame buggy, and it's like the very minimals of what a car can be, you know? It's just got the frame, the roll cage, the tires, the suspension, the engine, steering wheel, seat, and lights. That basically lists everything there is on this thing, really. That's it. It's a very, very minimal vehicle. And speaking of lights though, they do function, as you can see, and they do change their amount of brightness if you have the high beams or normal. Although it almost seems like it's backwards. I don't know if I'm just imagining that because it's in the daytime, but if you look over here at this sign, it almost seems like it's brighter with the normal ones on, but I could just be imagining that. But anyways, we'll do more testing on that later. But it doesn't have brake lights or turn signals because you don't need those. You're driving on dirt roads, finding roads, you know, you just need headlights. That's all that's needed. So this is the fastest version of it. This is the Stage 2 Turbo, so it has about, I think it was just under 250 horsepower, where the slowest one has, I think, about 100 less. So this one's going to be fast compared to the other one. But we're going to drive it around this place. This is Baja Rama. I think I even used it when I made the video for this map, but it matches up real nicely with a map like this. So we're going to drive it here again anyways. And you can kind of get an idea of how it controls and drives. It's kind of interesting the way it brakes. Like, it doesn't brake like a normal car would, where, you know, you get body panel damage and all that. What happens is you break a piece of the tire or suspension off or something usually, where the rest of the car just holds up and doesn't care. Like, the only part that ever breaks is the tires and suspension. Nothing else really gets broken because it's like a big, thick, steel-framed vehicle, and it's like there's nothing that's gonna break that easily. There is stuff that will break it, it's just not easily, of course. And we'll look at those later. But for now, I just want to kind of get a lap through on this place. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're okay, we're okay. And full power ahead. But you see, it works out pretty nicely here. You know, the suspension may be a little stiff, but, you know, it's like, you know, it's really kind of like a fine thing, you know, trying to get the suspension right, and it's a lot of personal preference on how you want a car set up. So, you know, that's just me. I would say maybe a little bit softer, but not by much. So we're gonna, like I said, just do a lap of this place, try to get through it nice and clean. Oh, that's not how you do it cleanly at all. This is how you flip over and crash and die. Let's just not flip. I mean, I could have flipped and it probably wouldn't have broke, but the bad thing is I don't know if I would land upright, because, you know, with me behind the wheel, cars flip over a lot. So it's just easier to do this and say, hey, look, the car didn't flip. Oh, we're on the dirt. I'm going a little too fast, so I'm just in the air for so long. By the time I land, we're already back in the air, as I couldn't turn. But I'm like, I don't care, I gotta go fast. And it did not work out well for me. You see, it does a map like this. It works great for it. And one thing to note is the colors. You can sort of change the colors. I say sort of because, well, watch the area where the springs are, like right here-ish. Watch that area when you change the color, because it's kind of funny. You could actually change the color of the tube frame itself, but you have to do that by file modification. But for this, you can do this. You can make it yellow, because yellow is the color that'll stand out. Oh, what the heck? What did I hit? Wrong button. There we go. Sorry about that. And look at that. The springs and the shocks have now been colored yellow. Two different shades of it, interestingly enough. At least I think that's the shocks. I always get those words mixed. Coilovers. Doesn't matter. Coilovers just means shocks and springs in one, right? Oh, whatever. I don't know. Point is, those get colored. And oh, hey, look at the inside of the wheels. Does that get colored too? Like right there. It looks like that gets colored too. I didn't notice that until just right now. Anyways, that is how it performs here. We can go to somewhere a little more treacherous now, I guess, and maybe do some like kind of driving where it would be off-roading. So let's go ahead and move on to a different map real quickly. Okay, let's see. Where are we gonna go now? Let's go to... Let's go to grid map. I mean, you can say I wasn't planning that all along, but I just planned it right now. So we're following plans exactly, you know? Sure, the plan was made 5 seconds before it was executed, but it was still a plan that's being followed. Technically, I guess. Sort of. I don't know. I'm making excuses for my laziness again, ain't I? Oh well, who cares? So anyways, we're going to use the Scarab again, maximum power edition. Now one thing I didn't show off in the other map, that's an interesting feature about this car is that it has 4-wheel steering. So what you do is you go to the rear steering option and you can pick rear steering. So now what that does is, well, you can see for yourself. Look at those rear wheels turn. Yeah, look at that. Interestingly enough, my real life car, my RX-7, had this option. Mine doesn't have it, unfortunately, but all it would do is like it does like a little bit of toe in, toe out, depending on what you're doing. Like it's not as extreme as this in any production car. I do say, you know. Like tractors and such, they might have some extreme versions of that I don't know about. But one thing it's great for is doing this. Look at how great these donuts are, man. Look at that, all that power, plus that 4-wheel steering. Look at this. It's great. If you want to get car sick real fast, this is how you do it, or dizzy, or whatever you want to say. That's how you do it. So actually, though, in terms of how it handles, it's makes it a little more difficult to handle. It's real touchy. Like you'd almost want to only use this if you have like a steering wheel, I would say, because you just have to be very, very gentle with the steering at high speeds, otherwise you will spin out real easy. At least for me. Like see, just whoops, end up spinning out. The nice thing is it's easy to kind of like spin it back into going forward. Like, you know, you just got to be really gentle with all the wheels turning, otherwise you're gonna spin out. Because you won't be able to, you'll be like trying to fix it, and before you know it, whoops. So it makes it a little less stable, but it is fun to drive with like this. We'll try it for a while, so let's go back to where we started. And just for the heck of it, you see this thing has a pretty good clearance, and it has a lot of suspension travel, so it should be no problem for this, but actually, seems to be bouncing kind of uncomfortably. Making it look a lot harder than it is. It made it through no problem, but it was looking hard. Then we could do some crazy stuff like let's go wreck everything up by trying to do a jump here, and yeah, that, well, it went, might have went okay. The car wasn't upside down, but it is upside down, so it didn't go okay, it went terribly. We could do this, we could do a jump here and see like if it'll still drive when you land. That's a pretty big jump. How is it? Let's see, it still churns. Does it drive straight? Not quite. You see, well, I don't think it should drive straight if it does, because you look at those front wheels, they are leaning. Look at them, they are leaning. That is not normal. So it doesn't drive quite straight now. That's okay. So that's probably right above the limit of its the suspension's abilities to not crash and die. So something like this jump, it should be like no problem. Yeah, not a problem. That was even smooth. This, on the other hand, that's gonna, yeah. Whenever you hit a corner like that, you're gonna wreck this. You're gonna wreck things up. Do you see that? How you hit the corners, the tires just give up. They're like, I'm done. I can't do this no more, and it just bleh. So don't do that. You don't want to do that. Now that's for actually crashing the frame and the roll cage and all that. I mean, you could do that, but it, like I said, it takes a lot of force to actually damage them. Like here, you can see. Not in slow-mo, unfortunately. I could have hit slow-mo, but I didn't think about it. You see, it didn't do that much damage to it. It's like, it's almost fine. Like, there might have been a little bit of bend in it, but it's like, that's nothing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little more, violent, I guess you could say, by putting it in the air, freezing physics. Then we're going to go up here, and we're going to make the gravity... well, first let's put it on to 0 gravity, well, reverse gravity even, to kind of make it flip upright, or I guess the opposite of upright, right? And then we could go Jupiter gravity. And you can kind of see some frame bending here, I would assume, even though it's not gonna hit it the way I was hoping. You know, if you really want to see it bend, we'll just hit the sun if it doesn't bend. Like, how dare you not bend? There you go. Yeah, you can see it bends right there because that's going at a pretty high speed because that's 100 times slower than real life. So yeah, that is now destroyed. And you can see the car itself, how flat it sits with the gravity like that. Makes it more of a race car now. I wonder how high you can put the gravity and it'll still drive. Like, can you go up to a minus 100 and will it still drive? No, it will not. Suspension is not strong enough. No car is made for that, of course. I'm just curious how high it could go. Looks like it might go about 60. Look at that. It scrapes, but it drives. This is dumb, but it works. Look. Not gonna break no speed records, though, because it's, you know, it weighs like 6 times as much as it would on Earth with the same amount of power. So, yeah. It's not gonna be very fast. It can go up a ramp and... oof. Oof. This is dumb. This is real dumb. Alright, how about... just sun it. Oh, look at that. That is dumb. Sun it. Oh, look at that. I made it shorter. I made it even shorter. And shorter. There's no way it's going to drive, unfortunately, but look at that. Wait. It does drive. It just doesn't drive good. At all. But look at that. See, it will get damaged. It's just difficult to damage it compared to a lot of other cars because usually you hit the tires or damage the tires when you hit things, like watch. Unless you specifically find something like this cube where you can hit it without hitting the tires, like that. Anytime you really hit something, you're going to hit the tires as well as the front. So like if you're going to just hit a wall, like something simple like a wall. You see, you hit the tire in and then the tire's busted and it's like you ain't driving nowhere like that. You know, you could do it again. I kind of didn't do that head on, so it's kind of a bad example, so we'll do it a little more head on this time, hopefully. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to go straight. I'm just not going to turn. Maybe I'm imagining it. Okay, it will go straight. I'm just imagining it. See, if you're perfectly perfect, you'll be okay. But to actually be perfectly head on is not easy. Like there, it wasn't perfect, and now that wheel, you see that wheel, that is not looking so hot. It is bent outward a lot. Although I have shortened the wheelbase, which is cool. So we can, though. I think it might be interesting enough if we try to just shorten the wheelbase by hitting it right in the middle of things without hopefully affecting the suspension too much. Let's go ahead and close the gravity menu because I think I'm done with that for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it right here. Not quite flat there. Let me set it here instead. So not much speed to gain, unfortunately, but that might be okay. You know, I have a better idea. Instead of bringing it to the cube, let's bring the cube to it. Might make things a little easier. Or it might make things a little harder. I don't know, actually. We'll see. Let's not use something too murderous. Use a fairly murderous one. Just fairly. I'm just going to bring the cube right behind it. Set it up. And how's that look? A little off center, so we move the car over a bit. A little more. A little more. Oh, is the car not moving over? Hold on. Usually when you respawn a vehicle, it moves it over a little bit. This one's only moving just like a millimeter or something. It's not moving at all. Maybe it's not even moving. Oh well. Forget that idea. We'll just move the cube. There we go. That's close enough. Oh god, I forgot to put the parking brake on! Are you okay? You're damaged, aren't you? I'm sorry. Let's just go somewhere where we have more room. This is ridiculous. No room. Car that goes there. Cube goes behind it. Can't even figure out which is the front of this thing. There's the front. Cube goes here. Spin it around. Cube needs to be centered up. Alright, how's that? No, it's not centered up at all. How about there? There. Alright, that's close enough. Did I put the parking brake on? Okay. Bump. Nothing too bad there. It still probably drives. Yep, no problems. It's good. Maybe we could put the cube up a little bit of weight. Hopefully it won't ruin things. You know, when the cube gets this heavy, you never know what's going to happen, truthfully. Alright, so just going to bump it real light. Look at how far it flies, though, from the light bump. Like, boom. I don't know if that's working. I just don't know. I can't really tell if that's working at all. Oh! What did I just do? Okay, let's not do that no more. Let's no more cube touching. Cube touching is a bad habit, I guess. I don't know what just happened. Ooh, I know it's fun. Oh, hopefully this will work. Hopefully it'll work. It's car splitting. Nope, not lined up. Give me a second to line it up, and then we can car split. Oh goodness, what did I hit? And too far forward, okay. Maybe there. Oh, I went straight through it. Gotta go a little lower, maybe. Oh, there we go. Oh, it doesn't split. Nope, it won't split. So you wanna hope? See, it's just breaking the suspension. See, sometimes you can bend the frame so the car sits real funny. But no, this one doesn't want to do that. Well, maybe if we put the gravity slightly lower so it'll fall slower? I don't know, we'll see. Alright, and maybe just Jupiter. Well, not Jupiter. I mean, I can't think. I'm just looking at the numbers right now, I'm not even looking at the word. Alright, let's try Mercury. So, speed it up, go to normal, and let's see if that does it better. A little bit of bend. You can go a little better, maybe. Sun. Ooh, that bent it. A lot. What did I do? Oh my goodness. Tires still spin. I mean, that's something. I don't know what I did to it. It almost looks like a dragster, the shape now. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Did I ever know what I was doing? I don't know. I don't know if I ever knew. Okay, enough of that. Obviously, it's not going to work out. So, well, I mean, it kind of worked out. I increased the ground clearance in that section only. That's all I managed to do, unfortunately. Ooh, the cube just ate my tire. I mean, even when things break off, it'll still try to drive, but you're not going to go anywhere when it's like that. You're just going to be a victim of it. Oh, look at that. It didn't break this time, did it? Did it? Did it? Maybe it did. I can't tell. Oh, it didn't. I want to get it up right now. I got to get it up. Yeah, you know, that's what, the old guy's got medicine for that. I don't know. How do I get it up? I get it up like this. Oh, wrong button. Oh, double the wrong button. Yeah, that was great. Good job, idiot. Yep, that was terrible. We're going to get it up. Get it up, get it up, get it up. Come on, yes. Okay, the front right tire doesn't seem good. It seems terrible, actually. The other tires seem okay, unfortunately. One of them ruins it all. Look at the way it looks. It looks funny. I don't know what I was doing, but it looks funny. Yeah, I can't control where it's going. Just one turning tire. It's not possible. I'm just going wherever the car wants to go, and that's unfortunate. Fine, new car. You know what else is fun? We could do this. We could say, who needs coilovers? We don't need coilovers. And then watch those front tires. Do it for the rears. Should we do it for the rears too? Why not? It's real funny. It's like, it's just gonna, you're gonna, like, the tires are gonna flop everywhere. Oh, look at that. It's not, it's actually controllable. Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of controllable. If you get into the air at all, the tires are just gonna disappear on you, basically. As long as you stay grounded, you can kind of drive it. Except for that tire that's bouncing. I don't know what is going on with that tire. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, every other tire is cooperating, and we have you. What are you doing? Stop it. Just cooperate. That one's not cooperating. Maybe we need to lower the gravity. Would you shut up with your menus and blah, blah, blah? I need to lower the gravity, maybe it'll cooperate. There we go. So you didn't need to lower it much, just a tiny bit. There we go, now look at that beautiful car I made. I don't know why you would ever want this, but I made it. Sort of. I mean, the guy who made the car really made it. All I did was just break it. Make it where the wheels won't stay correct or anything. Let's not do this. Well, maybe we could do it with the backs only. Fronts are kind of important because the fronts get the most of the bumps. Oops, hit the wrong button. Sheesh. We'll see what happens if we don't have them on the rear still. Alright, the rear is totally scraping. That's okay. And we cannot drive in a straight line. That's overrated anyways. As long as you can do donuts, it's okay. You know, so I could do a donut. That's good enough for me. Alright, so whenever you churn, it's a terrible experience anytime you churn. I'll just leave it as that. How about that? That's how I explain it. It's a terrible experience anytime you need to churn. So let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and get the coilovers back on because they're important. Alright, the front already has it. It's the rear doesn't need it. Okay. Nice and happy. And we can go ahead and go to the normal rear steering. I don't know why there's one that's locked and one that's empty. I don't know exactly. Oh, that's what empty does. Did you see that? Look at that. Woo! This is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. It's like, you're not supposed to have it on empty, but ooh, I like having it on empty. So if I do both of them, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I wonder if it'll fly. Like, I wonder if that generates any lift if it would fly in a zero gravity environment. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? That'd be really funny. This is my car playing. There you go. Alright, reset it. Aww. No, well, maybe if I gotta get them rotating first. See, I don't think it's actually generating lift, unfortunately. I think that's just a suspension rebound. Too bad. It would have been funny, but it's not gonna happen. It's not happening. What else can we mess around with? And break entirely and be doing dumb things too? I guess nothing really else. I mean, you could get rid of the housing panels. That'd be interesting looking. Now it's real scary. Don't lose your feet. Oh, gravity's still off. I'm like, why am I floating? Why am I floating? If physics isn't frozen. Oh. Gotta put gravity back on. I like the way that looks. It just looks so dumb. It's like, what is the car doing? I can't explain it, but it looks funny. I don't know. It's just like, it's a helicopter. It is a helicopter. Are they going faster and faster? I can't tell. Or are they kind of just sustaining their speed? What if we put it in manual mode and upshifted? Uh-oh. I shifted too hard. This is the dumbest thing ever. So dumb. Look at those tires. Alright, that's enough. I mean, you can only watch the same thing for so long. But I'm still laughing at it because it looks so dumb. You're probably getting bored of it, so we can go ahead and just, let's get a normal looking one back in here, huh? A normal, stock, usable vehicle now. Usable vehicle, isn't that nice? You can drive it and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the one thing that's kind of hard is whenever you crash it, you're gonna basically break a tire. So, you see, like, that tire's not doing what it should. So it's hard to drive it after you crash it once. Although it looks funny though, it's like it's a mini buggy. Mini buggy! Mini! Alright, enough mini buggies. Let's go ahead and finish things up with some brutal slope just to get a really mini buggy. And I guess, since you guys like it too, we could also do Leap of Death. Because, why not? Why not? Waiting for it to load. Okay. Scarab with the most power. And we won't use rear steering on this one because I need as much control as possible. And when I put rear steering on, I just lose control. Too easy, way too easy. It's like, whoop, we're gonna crash now. Whoop, we're gonna crash now. That's me with rear steering in a nutshell. So we're gonna use not rear steering, because control is nice. Look at this, 9,000 RPMs. Oh my goodness, 10,000 RPMs. That's my car's red line. And it keeps going. Oh no, my red line is 9,500. Well, it depends which car. Point is, that's a lot of revs, man. Alright, well, obviously we're not going to hit 100% straight, but that's okay. Let's make a mini buggy. Yep, that's a mini buggy. Nice thing is the tires will still turn, I think. Watch. Go, go, go! Yeah! Because I don't think there's any way to break the tire or the engine or transmission, as far as I know. Maybe you could drown it. I didn't check that. Or maybe you could do that. But really, you ain't gonna stop those tires from spinning. They want to spin, so they're gonna spin. Alright, so we'll chop the top. See what that does. Can we have a convertible? I didn't bother to slow-mo it because I think it would be kind of boring to watch. Hopefully you would agree. If not, sorry. I think it's okay. Never mind. The wheels don't look like they're straight anymore. Yeah, look at that wheel. You see how it wobbles? That's not good. Oh well, no convertibles. I mean, it's already kind of a convertible. It just has a roll cage. So it's close enough, I guess. I mean, how picky are you? How convertible does your convertible have to be? You tell me. Alright, last thing to do because, you know, I mean, you gotta do it. You can't make a video for a vehicle and not throw it off of Leap of Death. You can't. You're doing it wrong. And if that's all you do, you're also doing it wrong. You need to test how it drives as well. You gotta have both. If you don't have both, you're doing it wrong. At least that's what I think. Okay. Pull it out. Pull it out. And then get arrested for pulling it out. Don't pull it out in public. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Scarab. This car is not road legal. You'd get arrested if you took it out in public. It's just the truth. You have to have a road legal car. I don't know what you were thinking I was going to pull out that would get me arrested. I meant this car. You're sick. Tires are done. It kind of is a mini buggy. A little mini buggy. It's a little mini. That makes sense. It's a little bit smaller. It should be what it is. Alright, go and let it go full speed for a while. Slow speed. And like I said, you really can't do a lot of small crashes with this thing just because the tires just break so easy. Because it seems like a lot of the time you're just going to break the tire. Yeah. I swear, this thing wants to be a helicopter. You really can't break anything without breaking the tires usually, so it's like, what you gonna do? Yeah, we'll just full speed it for the rest of the way. I'm surprised how well it held up. It, didn't do too bad for how little there actually is to it. Like, there's still kind of a roll cage in there for where the passenger would be. It's not as big as the passenger would probably be anymore, but it's still, you can still see it. That's not bad for just, like I said, how little there is to it. I mean, you could say, well, it's because they use heavy steel on it. Of course it's going to hold up more. Still, I'm impressed, you know. I figured it would get pretty battered up, but it turned out alright. Do it one more time, of course, because, you know, it's always a matter of luck of what actually happens to the car. It might have just been that one was lucky. Front end ruined. And, well, let's just let it roll. Yeah, we'll just go full speed from here. Just so you can see how fast the thing is spinning. It's crazy. We'll do one more in slow-mo. I just wanted to do that in fast speed just so I could see it spin. I just wanted to do it, okay? Yeah, that one didn't hold up so well. Like, at least where the driver would be. The driver did. Try to make sure we get a different angle on it. There we go. That's going to be different for sure. There we go. Braking one wheel, braking the back, braking the other wheel. Front wheels are still good to go. Oh, no. Only the front right wheel is okay. I mean, they're all spin, but the right wheel might be able to still turn even. I swear, helicopters, dude. Look at it. It's like a helicopter. We'll just do normal slow-mo here. Bye-bye! To the car and to you. That's the end of the video. It's been WhyBeAre. I'll see you.